About 4 years into my journey with lifting weights, I found a program that I loved that much that I didn't stop using it for a full year. In fact, I made more progress in that year than I'd made in the previous 4. And in this video, I'm going to show you how that progress looked from day 1 to day 365. I'm going to show you how I've got this program to work for my clients, so you don't just think this is just a little program that's worked for this guy. And I'm going to show you how you can use it for yourself to get your lifts to go from this to maybe something like this. So when I found out about this program, I was actually a coach and I'd just started working in my first ever gym, and I'd watched a lot of YouTube videos, mate, on lifting. A lot. Never heard of it. It was actually a member of the gym I worked in who was a power lifter who told me about it. The problem is it's just really badly marketed. So I thought I would be the sexy face with the cute accent to bring it to your attention. The program's called 531. It was designed by a very smart man called Jim Wendler. Let's get the results out of the way first. My first ever deadlift on that program was maybe 120 or 130 kilos. I could maybe do 140. And within a year, I could get 200 off the ground pretty easily. I never ever done more than 200, but when I done this attempt, it was my first ever attempt at a 1 rep max. And judging by how fast it came off the ground, I probably could have done quite a bit more, but I had no idea. I had been stuck on 70 kilos for 8 reps on the bench press for about 2 years. I got up to 80 kilos at one point, but I could only do 5 reps on that. I could never get past that, so I was stuck on those two sort of benchmarks. By a year on 531, I think I'd done 85 for 10, I'd done 92.5 for 6, and I'd done 100 just for the sake of it. Again, never done a 1 rep max on the bench. I just went in one time and went, I'll just see if I can do it. And I could, and I think I could have done a lot more. But more importantly, I just walked around the gym with so much confidence, because before I just kind of was winging trying to get stronger, whereas following this program and seeing myself PB pretty much every single session, I just felt so fucking good. I just felt like I knew exactly what I was doing, why I was doing it, and I knew it was going to work, whereas before I didn't. I was just like, I hope this works. Every gym session I was just like, inject this into my fucking veins. Now, a lot of people never find this program because there's no way a beginner's just going to come across this. The people who promote this program actually say it is for beginners, but even the language they use, like someone who sticks to the same 5 machines in Pure Gym and doesn't feel comfortable in the weight section, they're never going to find this. They'll also maybe even look at me talking about my progress on that program and they'll be like, oh, I need to wait a while till I can use that. You'll be like, that's too advanced for me. I can't even deadlift. It's not. I'm going to show you how I use it with clients. So here's Anna Sophia. She'd never really deadlifted before. I taught her how to do that from scratch, which obviously that program doesn't do. And then I didn't use the program, I just used concepts I'd learned from it. And I got her up to deadlifting 105 kilos, which was pretty impressive, and she was pretty happy about it. Now my client Kaylee, she'd never used a dumbbell in her life, and she'll find this funny. It was pretty evident from the first day we started working together that she hadn't. I taught her everything from scratch for 3 months. Then I got her from not even being able to do a Romanian deadlift or a squat to deadlifting 107 kilos. Now I didn't just go, here's the 531 program, go and do that and then just tell me how you got on. I jazzed it up a little bit. They didn't know they were doing that program, but it was pretty much everything I'd learned from that with a bit of jazz on it, a bit of Parmesan all over it, just to keep them interested. And I also use similarly designed programs. Similarly is one of the hardest words to say in a Glaswegian accent. And Get Back Into It, my 8-week group coaching program. It's the only fat loss program out there, which by the end of it, you'll lose fat and get a PB out of it. It runs 3 times a year. If you put your name on the priority list, you'll be first to know when the next intake is. Come work with me, come have a laugh, come hit some PBs and lose a bit of fat at the same time. Now, how it works is less sexy. It's really, really, really boring. That's why you need sexy, articulate, cute Scottish men to bring them to your attention. 531 is essentially an app that is essentially a calculator. You can get it on the App Store or Google Play, whatever Android freaks use. The Google thing, Google Play, Google perverts. That's what Android users are. I'll link a video below of some powerlifter getting very horny over the percentages and all that, but he will break it down in better detail than me. What it essentially does is it stops you doing really dumb things, and we all do really dumb things. I was doing some really dumb things, and sometimes we don't even know about the really dumb things we're doing. On your first week, it's going to make you start really light. It's probably going to attack your ego. I went from doing 80 kilos for 5 to starting on the bench press at like, I don't know, like 50 or 55. It wasn't good. It also makes you focus way more energy on just a couple of sets, and it gets out all the guff, all the sets you do that are pointless. And each week you just go up in small increments. So every time your ego goes, oh, you could do way more than that, it's going to tell you, don't do that. Just go up in small increments. It's just designed so it's like, you can't be stupid here. Do this. If I could play Shag, Marry, Avoid with a program, I would marry 5-3-1. I would avoid anything with burpees in it, and I wouldn't shag a program. I'm not one of them type of coaches. Not that obsessed with the gym, just a little bit. Anyway, I thought I would be the sexy face and the cute little accent to bring this program to your attention. And if you're now like, well, what on earth have I been doing wrong? Like, what was he doing before? Am I doing what he was doing before? You probably are. I was doing what most people are doing in the gym. And I made a video going through every single mistake. And it's a very short video, so you'll probably see where you're going wrong. And it'll save you years of making mistakes like I wasted.